couldn't see what was going on. And then I got where I was reading a book with one eye and I'm holding back like this, right? So for me, light has a haze about it, glare. And that grease pencil produces an irregular shape. I use it because it's imprecise. It doesn't do a crisp edge pinpoint. It gives me a fuzzy edge. And that's why I use it, so we can create glare, hot spots, and things like that. Now, this is a moire pattern on here. And I've encountered moire patterns a number of times in my life. They're pretty wonderful fabrics. I remember there was a moment I come home from a young guy in Austin, Texas, that worked in a bar. But I come home from a night of revelry, and I about 4 or 5 in the morning, drop in my head, and then come the time and I have a really thin lazy person, and we're going back and forth and we're creating more patterns, and we're creating movement. And I was thinking the state of peace and really receptive, you know. And I was sitting there watching those things. And it was a point in my life where I had really come to accept who I was, because I was not my biggest fan for those years. And so there was this kind of spiritual as well as a visual awakening. And about that time, I'd also seen a bottle of San Pellegrino. San Pellegrino is bubbly Italian water. And the label on it was so beautiful. It had these wavy lines that went like this, and the second set of wavy lines that went like that. And they created a moire pattern that went like this. Aqueous, gaseous. A very dry design that conveyed water and bubbles. I remember looking at this, another one of those moments you say, oh my God. So many times when I'm drawing, I use artificial ways to convey something I see. So the moire pattern, I did a drawing. I do have it on me. I do have it on me, I think. Let me just check this real quick. And if I have it, okay, yes it is, here it is. So I'm waiting for this sales rep to come pick me up in California. And while I'm there, I'm gonna draw. And so what is in California? It's the state flower, the palm tree, right? And so I want to capture the palm tree. But instead of drawing all of that information, I look at the tree and I'm telling, what is the tree telling me? What do I see about the tree? Well, the fronds grow up and then the fronds fall and then they come along and they cut the fronds off. As a guy in biochemistry, when I was studying botany, you identify a lot of plants by cross sections, and if they have star patterns, if it's a 5, if it's a hex, things like that. So the fronds do this. They interlock. They beat, honeycombs and stuff like that. And so I saw that interlocking, and I drew the moire pattern that it created. And the way that I draw moire patterns is like this. It is your classic. So here's my tree. Here's my tree form, like this. Here's your tree. And you have cross contours that go like this. Okay? So you just simply do your cross contours. And then you come back at a sharp angle and you get them like this way. And what you do is you see the openings line up. And when you do it nice and fluid, you get a moire pattern, which gives you the sensation of the palm tree. And then all I did was I came in and I knocked off the points to give it that round, that ellipse of them. And I did that in a fairly short period of time because I got this scheme. I got this artificial scheme. And I drew that rather than all the specifics of the plant. So there's a lot of ways that we imply, suggest, describe the things that we're looking at.
Did you do that same thing on the palm that has no leaves? Because that pattern's a
This
little
one looks more like
different.
a corn cob.
Yeah.
This is the one where I rounded the ends off.
Oh, okay, so it's
Took the
much
diamonds.
larger.
And the way that the moire pattern works in a sense is
it creates an artificial line that goes this way, your eyes connecting dots. Because when the line, the interface of the line creates a diamond that's actually bigger than the line itself, and the lines get so close together, you can't follow visually. It's hard. It's like counting blinds. If you ever tried to count blinds, micro blinds, and you get to this point where you get stuck. Did I count that one again?
Mhm.
So your eyes having trouble following that. So what it does, your eye goes for the strongest pattern it can see, and that's the pattern that runs the length of the tree. So if I do jeans, I do moire patterns on jeans, I get my cross contour, which suggests volume, but then the fabric runs down the length. So there's this way that it serves multiple purposes of using the mark. And occasionally, when I also draw moire patterns, you may or may not see this. I'm using a wet medium like a fountain pen with a nice wet line, and I draw them. These are kind of just a hatch mark, they're kind of dry. But if I'm on paper that doesn't, come on, give me some. If I'm on paper that doesn't wick the ink into the paper right away, then as it's sitting there, I can manipulate it. And a bigger example that you can see, I'm waiting for this to flow, is when I do this on this paper, I can do that to it before it dries. So it gives me this edge like that. And a good example would be, okay, so here's this, and here's the object. Shadow and object. Okay? This is called edge induction. That which you see sharp and clear, you describe sharp and clear. That which you can't quite focus on, you go ahead and describe it that same way with a soft edge. So Fontaine Latour does those paintings in the Barbizon school where you go in and he has fixed the field of vision, the depth of vision like a camera. You see this part of the flowers in shape, and then the rest of the room has a slightly out of focus. Because your eye is going to want to put things in focus, but if you rein the eye in, you establish where the field of vision is. And then anything that's not right there is more softer and suggested. So being able to manipulate the thing that does that. Now when I do this on a guy's beanie, I create a beanie on the fellow's head like this. So here's our guy, and we'll give him a little information so you can see. Here's my dude. And if this is the West Coast, he's got piercings everywhere, right? So, of course, this is Louisville. You guys have the same motto as Portland, don't you? And Austin.
Yeah.
So if I go over his hat like this and then hit it with my finger, what it does, it creates micro serifs on the line. So here's the line. While it's wet, just a hatch line. As soon as I touch it, all of my fingerprints create this. And when you look at it, all of a sudden it feels like, whoa. So I'm doing that. I think I went far astray from the question. So if you want to